because I was born very balanced as a child, and then I had to fight like many battles of um, demons as a child. I had a couple of demonic entities in my family that was just right off the bat I had to deal with, and I shield myself from it as a baby, even as an infant. I had to shield myself from. So, and I was very lucky to have entities outside of my reality is the reality that we see that were helping me as a child. And by the time age 5, I got it that there was a lot of things that nobody else was getting around me that I was dealing with alone. I was dealing with Bigfoot as a 5 year old. I was dealing with aliens as a 5 year old. I was dealing with um, ghosts and spirits as a 5 year old. So um, when I was young, I've been so balanced, so I've got to be able to work in the magic world since I was a young child, where a lot of people are getting balanced in their older age and barely at 2018 are figuring out, okay, how do I get balanced? What do I got to do? Release all this past, let go, release all the past hurt, release all those past rocks to get balanced. Um, you get to this point, and then you start getting the magic. You start feeling the spirits. You start feeling the source as it works with you. Sometimes you can let yourself go. If you're driving down the street, you can go this way to get to this place, or you can go that way to get this place, and then you'll just let the lights guide you. The green light says go right. Next week, the green light will let you go straight. So take those guides. Know that things are spontaneous, like people coming up to you and saying things like "you're a beautiful soul." Um, don't let those things go by or past you. Be in the moment on those and catch those, because those magical moments are part of your magical growing and spiritual growing. Okay, so how do we use this stuff? So now you get to a point where you understand that you're being aided by spirits and entities that you cannot see from the outside, dimensionally, ETs, whatever it be. So you're being aided, and you acknowledge this, and you start working with it. Once you start working with it, you can start asking these things for information how to help others. And basically, that's what you're supposed to be doing. Is you're supposed to be healing. You're supposed to be assisting in taking care of all the creatures on this planet: bugs, ants, people, cats, dogs, everything. We're here as light workers to assist in all this. When you get to your balance point, you're gonna keep raising your understanding of the spiritual world and growing in your magic. And on the other point is you also focus on um, taking what you're taking in and putting it back out into the public to the people who are still coming up below you. You know, you're throwing down that hand and pulling them up, because the more people we can get up, the faster, um, the more we'll enjoy our personal life and days as it goes by, to see, look back and reflect on from our birth time to the time of our last passing, to see the slow impact that's been created by love, um, beating out the harshness of dark entities. A lot of people talk about heaven and hell, and I want to tell everybody that heaven and hell is not like actual real places. It's, this is it. This is heaven. This is hell. It's what you make of it here. You can perceive to be in heaven, even in a ghetto, or you conceive that you're in hell in that ghetto. You're walking among demons daily, or walking past you. Some are living in your family. There are horrible entities that just want to hurt human beings, and they're all around us every day. You can see them. Jail cells are filled with them, right? They are. I've been to a jail. I've seen these demons inside of people. I've been to bars. I've watched demons come out of people that knew were there, but it doesn't until the alcohol shows up that you see the demon inside the person very clearly. So you have to know that, well, are we going to Hades? Are we going to spend time, being tortured by demons? This is it. You are living in a spirit world. You have demons and entities around you that you're dealing with, whether you want to face it or not. It's up to you. If you face it, you're going to live a better life understanding how they try to control and hurt and manipulate and attack you. You think sometimes that you're dealing with a person and you're not just dealing with a normal human being, because some of these things that these demons all do aren't normal. Normal people would never do these things. These are things that are being caused by a demon that has slipped into a body, of a soul of a child. Before a child becomes 7 years old, all Native Americans know that children from the age of birth till 7 walk in the spirit world. And I believe that people in the house should have cats to protect the children, because cats actually protect children because they see entities that we don't see. They see the spirits, they see the demons, and the cats will protect your children until age 7, when a child becomes a full human being. After that, children are less likely to be possessed by a demonic entity unless they were affected doing something they shouldn't be doing. Ouija boards. Don't let your kids play with Ouija boards ever. You can allow an entity to enter their soul very easily. Also, alcohol. As soon as a person has used probably about the second or third drink, that's basically opening the door, gateway for any type of entity. And that can be at any age. An 8-year-old can get drunk and allow an entity to enter his body. So basically, from age 0 to 7 years old, kids walk in the spirit world and are very unprotected and are very easily attacked by entities. So it's very critical that you take care of your children. Spiritually, keep your house smudged, keep your house blessed. Keep people out of your house that are very uncomfortable to you, that it doesn't matter who they are. You just keep bad, dark people out of your home. Beware of bringing in antiques or anything that's old. They can carry bad entities into your home. Old jewelry, antique jewelry. So be very careful with that type of stuff. So a balanced soul has basically put in the time, taking that big rock and chipping away at it little by little, by 5-minute cries once a month here and there. And that is how we're going to become balanced. And once we become balanced, then we start working with the spirit world, because we acknowledge source, we acknowledge the spirits. We can start talking to them through tarot. We can start talking to them through our dreams, definitely the dreams. A lot of futuristic stuff, what happens in your future will come through your dreams. I recommend that everybody pays attention to that. I tell everybody I live in 3 worlds. I live in the reality here, and then I live in the dream world, which is a totally different world, and it can be very exhausting for me to be in that world. At nighttime, sometimes I enjoy waking up because there's just so much that I go through in the nighttime. Then the 3rd world that I live in that nobody else does is, I said before that, I've had encounters with Bigfoot. I've had encounters with several types of ETs, and it's left me in a life since the age of 5 and 6 when I first started experiencing Bigfoot and the ETs. It's put me very, very much outside reality. And looking in constantly at everybody. So it gave me a very, very, very balanced soul at age 10. And then the damage started happening, deep damage, those big rocks, as I grew a little older, as I got married. And as I grew farther away from my calling as a spirit worker, things got very rough for me, and I just couldn't hang on to that picket fence house because it just wasn't working for me. So I had to let go of that, and then become very not isolated, but very in solitude, just so I can figure out what is the best balance point, and when I got to that balance point, what am I going to do with my time and my healing abilities, and how would I share them with others? So now that I've broken away from my children are all grown. My wife has been remarried years ago. I've been single for 7 years. I don't date. I don't do any of that stuff. Pretty much stay to myself. But now that I'm very, very balanced, I want to teach others how I got to that point. And a lot of these videos don't tell you how to work on that, how to get that stone and make it smaller and smaller. So I want you all to practice that 5 minutes a day and feeling that deep, deep inner pain and releasing that. Just let it go. Okay? Namaste. Thank you for watching my little videos, and I'm definitely going to be doing some more. There should be a few out this week. That was on balance, and the next one will be on the topic of Bigfoot. Namaste.